Okay, first things first. You see this building, Ōsaka Clinic? Why is there a person peeing on it, a little boy peeing on it? It's a urology clinic. In a way, completely appropriate. I mean, it's a urology clinic. But in another way, that's what you painted on your building twice? Okay, so anyway, hello again. I am still Jeremy. I'm stopping at this drink machine to get me some delicious bubble water for 110 yen. 10 and 100. Oh, I got 250s. Always get rid of more coins. I think this video is off to a smashing start. Hang on a second, I'll be with you in a second. I'm going to explain what we're doing today. We're basically just testing out a road I've never been down. All right. So this is Kyōbashi. And let me stop here and I'll explain what's going on. This is Kyōbashi, this area. Famous, important hub in northeast Osaka. Oh, that's good. And I've been here a billion times. I always go down this road for whatever reason. I have never been down this road. I assume it goes into some... Let's go. I assume that this road moves into some like kind of residential type areas and stuff like that. But I don't, oh, look at this. Could have just waited and come here. The exact same bottle of water in this machine is only 100 yen. Boy, rookie mistake. What's wrong with me? Anyway, as I was babbling and guessing, I assume this is going to be some residential stuff. I don't really know. Let's see what it's like. Hopefully we can find some kind of cool temple or something. It's a pretty nice day. Kind of hot. Kind of hot today. But when it gets hot like this, which is like maybe 80, 85 degrees or something, you can't complain because you know what's coming in about a month from now. Or just maybe not even that long, a few weeks from now, a couple weeks. It's going to be hotter than a... Okay, so far I am fascinated. The max value. One of the many big supermarket chains. By the way, in a recent video, I was explaining a story about one day when I was in Ōsaka Castle Park and I was playing my guitar one afternoon and a guy came up to me and I wanted to tell the story in that video, but I got sidetracked by something else. So I forgot to explain it. So here's our opportunity. I'll tell you this little story. This is an odd thing. This was about 6 years ago. So I said, sometimes people would come up to me while I was playing guitar in the park, tourists and stuff. And they would ask me if they could take my picture or whatever. They would listen for a couple minutes and, you know, just to be friendly. Well, let's cut over here. This looks intriguing. One day, another foreigner came up to me, like a Westerner. And where does that go? Look at that. So he listened to me for a couple minutes, and he was an American. And he said that his job was, I think I found a dead end. His job was standing in as a priest for weddings in Japan. This is going nowhere. And he asked me if I'd be interested in doing it. I said, well, I don't know, not really, never really thought much about it. And I confess that religion is not a particularly big part of my life, meaning at all. But he said, oh, that's okay, don't worry about that. So I got his card, I got his number or whatever. And indeed, I met, he was just a worker, like a priest fill-in guy, and the guy who owned the little company he was working for got in touch with him. And I went with them to a few weddings. They have these little things. They're not in churches exactly. They're just chapels. They're called chapels. And they're just for weddings. And it's not for, like, it's not a religious organization. It's just because a lot of people in Japan, when they get married, there's basically two types of weddings. There's a Japanese style wedding with traditional, with kimono and all that pomp and circumstance. And then there's the Western style, which is, you know, the Western style, with the white wedding dress, which a lot of brides in Japan really like. So some people will have one or the other, some people will have both. And if they opt for the Western style wedding, they tend to go to a hotel, like a nice hotel, or a chapel. And there's different prices, you know. I gotta get off this big road, back to the original road. So, I would go to some of these weddings, I would kind of stand in the back. They were really small affairs, sometimes no guests, sometimes 2 or 3 guests. And there would just be a little simple ceremony where the guy who approached me in the park, he would be there, standing up there at the front with a big robe on and stuff. And he would say stuff mostly in Japanese, but a little bit of English just to give it that kind of exotic flair, exotic flavor. Where should I go? Let's go. We're going to continue going down this same road. By the way, so far I was right. A lot of houses and residences. So anyway, I watched a few of these, and they said, well, do you want to do one of these? And I was like, well, I don't really know the Japanese. You know, I don't know like that kind of formal Japanese well enough. And they said, don't worry about it. We write it down in a book. You're allowed to read out of a book, so we just write it down in a book in, you know, not in Japanese. Write the phonetics of the Japanese down in English. And I'm sure you can do it. You're an English teacher, so you know how to stand in front of people and talk. I said, yeah. So I did it. I did it one Sunday. I did 2 weddings on a Sunday. I had to take a bus way down to Awaji Island. And there's this big hotel, and I did it there. It's 2 weddings. I was a little bit nervous, but it was okay. I had kind of like today, I had a clip-on lapel mic, I think. Yeah. And that was hooked up to, it was kind of a big one. It was nice. It was outside on the roof of this hotel or something, and you could look out over the ocean. Straight. And it was kind of a big one because there were like, I don't know, 20 or 30 guests, maybe for each side. And I was wearing the big robe. I don't really have any pictures. I might have a picture of me in the robe. If I can find it, I'll drop it in the video here. And I did it, and I came back. It was a long morning. Paid pretty well, you know. And you have to smile big, and you have to talk about love and things like that. Marriage! And I never did it again. I was like, I don't know if this is really right for me. No, crazy about this sort of thing. So I didn't do it again. Plus they told me I'd have to pay like $250 for my own robe if I continued doing it. And I wasn't really into that, although it would pay for itself pretty quickly, but... So, that is an industry that I had heard of, and I had seen some of the chapels on my bike rides and stuff, but Never thought I would do it myself because I'm not qualified. I don't know anything about weddings and priests and stuff. But I did it. I remember one wedding that I witnessed in my training, just a couple. I think there were no people. Maybe her mother was there or something. Real small. And for the ring, usually they say who has the ring, or I think the couple had decided they wanted to do this in this way, because the couples are the customers and whatever they want, that's what you do. So they said, okay, who has the ring? The priest said whatever grand language means, give me the ring. And they had a little dog. Somebody in the back had their pet dog, this tiny little dog. And he had the ring like on a pillow on his back or something like that. And so the dog was encouraged to run up the little tiny, 10-foot aisle in this little chapel and present the ring to them. It was extremely cute. So it's kind of a fun industry. All right, I'm going to call it here. Having explored that road and not really found a whole lot, but that's okay. I'm glad we found at least where it goes. It goes here. This is what is this? The Neyagawa River. So let's call it there. Now let's go up here. We'll go to the very first video I did in this series, this vlog, was along the Shirokitagawa. Up here is where the Shirokitagawa begins. So we'll go there and we'll end it there. I don't know what happened to the wedding people. I guess the industry is still around. Wouldn't know. I know that chapel that I saw the dog ring bearer in, that's gone. That's been torn down. But I guess other ones have come up in its place. Dog like this. Okay. So this is privacy road. All right. Next to this unfortunate character. We'll stop it here. That's my story. That's my road from Kyōbashi to Hiranokawa Bunsuiro. That's what this is called. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe because there's more. There's more coming very soon. And thank you for watching. Thank you for riding along. And I'll see you next time.